Hi, I'm Cindy from dancewear.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create flower patterns using rhinestones. It's a great thing if you have a plain colored costume and you want to add some color to it and some texture without any dyeing or anything like that. So we're going to be making the flower pattern now. I've chosen some larger stones and some smaller stones. When you go to do it on a brief, shorts, whatever it is that you're doing it, you want to think about the pattern. Do you want it in the middle? Do you want it on the end? Do you want to cover the entire thing? I would always start with folding it in half, finding that front center point, and then that you can mark it with some soap. That would be your starting point. I'm going to go ahead and use some fabric. It'll be easier to show you this pattern. So let's go ahead and start with. So if we want to do the flower, and use some larger for the center and some smaller pieces to go around it. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to mark it with a pin so you can see where's my center point. That's where I'm going to start. Don't use a pin. In case there's a mistake, you won't be able to cover it up. So we'll want to go from there and measure. I like to place one down and some stones on either side so we can kind of figure out what size is this going to be. So how big of a space do I want in between? Another thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to take your stones and divide them into 4 sections so that you have the right amount. And that'll help you see if you have 20 of these stones. That means each section, the front right, front left, back right, back left, will have the same number of flowers. So let's say we can only have 5 stones. That means this front area, I can do 5 flowers in that area. I'd want to kind of place them down and see, will that work, or is that too many, too little? Make sure that they're not too close together. So let's say we've already figured it out, and the distance here is exactly what we want. Something else I found you can do is rip up a piece of paper or an old business card, have it the right size, so you will know. Let's go ahead and start with this one. And put the glue down. And put the stone on top. Tap it down into place. Now, then our next stone would be that distance. That means we'll build the flowers around that, and you just keep going on and on and on. Now I like to have the stones on a tray because in that way I can flip them to the back side. I prefer to do it this way. Let's get some glue out. I like to have a pile of glue. I'll slide this over and put this here. I like to use a toothpick, get a little glue, swirl it just a smidge, put it on the back side of the rhinestone, flip it over. Now, I'm doing about a toothpick's distance, so you just want to gauge it and keep doing that. This is probably one of the simplest flowers you could do. And just keep that going all the way around. For this flower, you definitely have to have a larger stone in the center. See, and I've eyeballed it so it works out toothpick distance. And you just keep going around. Got an extra one there, just pull it off. You can slide it around one direction or the other just slightly without having a problem with the glue. But be careful, because if you slide it too much, then you'll have a trail of glue. You can also use the back side of the toothpick if you get a string to go in there and pull it up and pull it out. And then you'll just repeat that on the same side. On this one, I'm going to go tight in so you can see the difference. Now, it's a good idea sometimes if you have an exact number of rhinestones to do one, see how many you need, and then that way you can divide it up. And the closer they are, the tighter the rhinestones, so the less you can fit in there. So that's why I'm doing the square first, and then I can go back in and fill in the rhinestone. Now remember, you're not seeing this up close. Anybody who's seeing this on something is seeing it from a distance. So as much as I don't like this flower pattern further away, but from a distance, you won't see those gaps as easy. Then there's a little thread there, pull it off, and there you go. There's two different flowers that you can get using the same pattern. Thank you for watching our video, and if you enjoyed it, make sure and click here to subscribe because we're going to have some amazing DIY videos coming out. And if you want to get our free, complete dance costume DIY guide, click right here or go to bdancewear.com/DIY guide. And lastly, if you have any questions or ideas for future videos, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks again for watching our video, and remember, be original, be colorful, be dancewear.com.